Four, three, two, one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we have our guest today with Lydie Paul, and she's a real estate investor, and also she has other professional I do not want to say. And I would like to welcome all the viewers. And Lydie, welcome to Monday, the podcast. And I would like to tell me a little bit about you, Lydie.
Thank you. Thank you, Eve, for the invitation. It is a delight to talk to you and to be on your platform to talk about mortgage. As you say, I have many hats because I believe that one person cannot be defined by just one thing. You know, we can be called to do different things. Whatever your hand can do, do it. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I have my family, so I am a mom. I am also a wife. I work with children. I'm an early childhood director. I do training for parents, but also for educators. And also, I have my real estate license because it's important to have education and to learn as much as you can.
Didi, I like with the way you say a lot of things right now. Find what your hand can do. I know in the Bible they talk about it, Paul talk about it. Whatever you can do, do it for yourself to become successful. You have a lot of hat you carry right now. I want to let the viewer know, Lydie, she's a professional. She's gonna talk about how real estate investment is very good. And she's gonna dive to it. My goal is to explain to you about how the mortgage is gonna be get done because my background is lending. We all know that, and I do not know too many about real estate. That's why I've been a realtor, a real estate agent. She's an investor, and also she will talk more about it. What is your journey about the real estate investor, lady?
You know, for me, it's personal. You know, sometimes you have people that have that professional path and
Mm-hmm.
that personal path, but for me, it's very together. Because as I mentioned, I am in education, and in education, you don't make thousands of dollars. And because I still want to work with children and their families, I was thinking about, okay, God, if you put me in that industry that is education, you need to provide something, another income, so I can live because we are in America, you know, and it's capitalism. So I cannot be living with a teacher salary. You know, I'm going to die.
I got you.
So that's why I said, okay, what can I do? What can I do? And I know that in America, the best way to accumulate wealth is to go into real estate because land is very important. As far as you have land that can be that can gain value, you can set, you know, your future, your children for success and to be financially stable and free.
Let's talk about the land. And I know in the Bible, and God talk about the land. Remember the 12, what do you call that? The 12 son. Who has the 12 son again? And they
Jacob.
said, Jacob, he said, okay, before I die, let me give those son real estate. And like you
Mm-hmm.
said, real estate value is very important. There's so many land right now. We encourage a lot of you that watching the show, even though you have a professional job. I see even doctor right now it joined the real estate industry, and I
Oh,
see nurse is joined the real estate industry. I see an attorney joined the real estate industry. I remember I have an attorney came to see me last week. Um, um, I thought when he called me, I thought he was talking about, he need money. And later on, I said, "Hey, I know you're a realtor." He said, "No, no, no. Even though I'm an attorney, my passion right now is real estate. This is where I make all my money.
okay.
Beside beside an attorney, I focus a lot on real estate. I'm glad he said he's buying a lot of commercial building, a lot of residential building for himself to create wealth for the family. And I like that the way you explained that. Who inspired you to do that, lady?"
Who inspired me to do that? I think that it's when you see the economy,
Hmm.
especially as a millennium, I can see how now we are more into technology.
Hmm.
And no matter how you cannot, you know what we have right now is not necessarily reliable
Hmm.
because you can lose, and COVID-19 shows that you can lose your job for any circumstances. For example, people who were nurse and they don't want to get vaccinated, you don't have a
Hmm.
job. People
Yes.
right now in government, because they want to cut down expenses, they don't have a job. So now, because so many things can happen,
Hmm.
you need to protect yourself. And the best way to protect yourself is to understand that you need to have income even
Hmm.
though you are not working. And me, I understood that as a teacher. I say that it's not because I'm a teacher that I cannot have wealth. And the best way for me to do it without working 3 jobs is
Hmm.
to go into real estate.
Lydie, thank you so much for the way you elaborate everything about what inspired you to do. I'll tell you a story about myself.
Mm,
Become a loan officer, and right now I'm not a loan officer. I am the chief underwriter for Lake Capital. I'll tell you the story. It's one of my friend who was inspiring me. He said he was a realtor. He said, "Man, if you refer me business, and this is what I'll do for you." I said, "You know what? Let me go to school for it." And I went to school for it.
mm,
Even though I was in college, Lady, I never quit my major, and but I was focused in real estate. One of the person that was helping me, my first clients coming from my parents. My parents is the one that was giving my client and refer a couple of friends to me. And the key is in the real estate, I become, fall in love with it. I make so much money in real estate, even though I have a degree. But like you said, sometimes you got to look in what the stream of income to help you to become successful. And that's where and myself who inspired me is one of my friend I met to going to the church, and we were daughter Zion, Seventh Adventist,
mm.
with the young people while we were there. He told me what he does, and from there I jumped to it, and I said, let me dive to it, and that's how I become successful in real estate and mortgage industry. Lydie, I know you're an investor, and you buy a house, you fix out after that you fix and flip, or you keep it for the rental income. Tell me the key responsibility as an investors. What do you have to do in order for you to become successful in that field?
You know, I like that question because it's not a one all fit.
Mhm.
C'est pas un bagage que c'est une seule manière. Because, for example, what you just said, to flip,
Ah,
you can buy and
on
flip.
continue de parler créole, on continue de parler français. On commence, on va parler en français. Créole. Lydie, on va tout dire.
Franchement, on va essayer. So now you have people that can be very successful by flipping. I wanted to do that. And when I tried, I realized that I was not that comfortable because to flip, you need to have the eye. You need to see the potential of a house and say, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I don't have that. So, but it's good because I try it. I say, okay, let me do it. Because there is so many show on TV and they do that. So you think that you can do it as well, but they are professional, you know? They make it, like in 45 minutes, you have, the house from like, oh, I'm looking for something, and then boom, it's done. So you think that in 45 minutes you can do the same. But they are professional and you have so many people involved that I realized that it is not the way that I want to do it. So then you have to say that, okay, because real estate is so big and you have different paths, which one will be best for you? So then I said that, okay, I can do foreclosure. So now you said that if a owner cannot pay, I can do to the auction, I can do this and that. But now for foreclosure, you have also the same, you have another set of rules that you have to understand. Foreclosure, you need to have the amount of money ready. So if you don't have a big chunk of money sitting somewhere ready to be delivered, within 24 hours, is difficult. So then I said that okay, I can do something else. Let me try about seller financing. So now when you do seller financing, it's another type of real estate. And then, you're going to say, okay, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to buy and I'm going to rent. Or I will buy and then I'm going to have like an option. You can put option in the property. So then the renter, after a certain time, can get a balloon and pay off the house. So now
Mhm.
you sell the house. You have different way of doing that. But for me, the best way that I realized it was for me to play with the equity of my own house. And this is what, I'm doing. I do it. Sometimes we think that real estate needs to be, oh, I have to get a seller, I have to get a buyer. But you can be both of them. And this is what I realized. I realized that I can play with the equity of my house and become the seller and the buyer. And then I can play with the equity of my house to have a bigger gap, and
Mhm.
then use that money. And then with that money, I can buy something else. Or with that money, I can take it and put more wealth into my own pocket.
Lydie, I like the way you explain everything. I today this morning, and I for some reason I have dived to YouTube. There's a video that came out today, and they sent me the video. I like to play the video for you as the president of United States when he started. He was doing an interview with Ellen and TV, and I'm gonna play it with you. You can hear what he said. A short video where he started. He was in real estate where he was a negative $900 million. He didn't have any money in his bank account. Later on, when he started being involved in a real estate developer, and he become very successful. Let me play. You can hear because I'll play it on my cell phone.
Okay.
You can hear.
Rubled since the show? Like all of a sudden now you've gone from being in debt to a worth of 90 million? What? What? No. 900 million? No. Billion? No. Billion. Well, that's what they said. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, they say $5 billion. I don't know if it's true, but it's enough to eat. It's been substantial. It's been great. Now, I was down pretty low. I was down around 1990. I was minus $900 million. In fact, there's a very famous scene where I'm walking down the street with a very beautiful woman. And I said, "You see that man over there?" She said, "Yes." "Do you know who he is?" "Yes, he's a beggar. Isn't that too bad?" I said, "It is too bad, but right now he's worth $900 million more than I am." This is a bad point in my life. Right. And she said somewhat naively, "What do you mean, Donald? He's not worth $900 million, is he?" And I said, "Let's assume he's worth nothing, but I'm worth minus $900 million." And so that was a low point. That was around 1991. And now it's, the real estate markets have been booming in New York and elsewhere where I'm building. And I'm by far the biggest developer in New York.
You can hear what he says, talking about the debt, which was very, very important. And after that, he said, and I involved in the real estate development in New York. I'm making so much money, which you explained to us right now. You in the different aspect of investing as a realtor to just try to create a stream of income for your family. It's make a lot of sense. And what do you think what he said right now? Is there
I,
anything
I I think it's funny. It's funny and it's true. And I think that when you can have that type of sarcasm about yourself,
Mhm.
that means you can go places. Because some people they're worth minus,
Mhm.
but they think that they're rich. And because they think they're rich, they go nowhere.
Mhm.
But because he was able to understand his situation, no, I worth minus. This one, if that homeless person on the street worth more than me, because at least he owe nothing. I owe money. You see? So now I think that it's very important to start with, a new acknowledgement of your situation. To say, because me, I had to think about that. I have to say, okay, I'm working, but what I'm making is not going to last, and if anything happened, what I'm going to do. So now, because I had that thinking, I can place myself in situation, I can look for people, and I can humble myself and say, I need to learn. I might be good in that industry, but real estate, I don't know much about it. So let me go into class. And then I went to get my license. And then I said, okay, you have the license, but you're not done. You need to be around people, and that's why I like that, I know you. So when I have a question, I call you. You are part of the person that I call. And I say, if this is the situation, what do you think? And then you're like, okay, Lydie, let me get back to you. Because you have your own network. And this is what he said, is glad that it's booming. What is booming? Because people know about someone doing something, and this is how things boom. But when nobody know about nothing, or when nobody wants to do anything, everything shrank, and you cannot have any value. The thing is dying.
That's true. Let's have another question for you, Lady. What are the biggest challenge you're facing in the real estate investor? I know there's a lot of ups and downs. That can you share with us what challenges out there?
For me, the challenge was to change the step of doing real estate.
That's
Because
happens.
before, I thought that to do real estate, I needed to have the money first.
Hmm. Wow.
But then I realized that it's not the money. The money, you find it. And
Mhm.
what is hard, the challenge for me is to get the deal.
Hmm.
This is the hardest because you have so many realtor, you
Mhm.
have so many broker company, you have so many lender, you have so many developer. Who will be the one, or who will be the team that will help you close? Who will be the person who can help you understand what you're doing? Because there is many things. For example, the first one that I bought, it was during COVID.
Mhm.
As soon as COVID hit and they closed everything, I said to my husband, okay, we have our saving. We're not going to use our saving for the rent. Let's use the saving to buy a property. But it
Wow.
was COVID and nobody was doing nothing. And I said, because nobody is doing anything, let's do something so we can be a little bit ahead of other people. So now I was looking for property, and I had at the time the realtor. I didn't have my license at the time. So I had a realtor. And what I like is that that realtor is from Russia. And this is what also it's important is to have other ethnicity because they think differently and they have also other perspective. So now she was telling me, I'm going to get you something, just buy it. She said, like, I'm not going all over Florida with you. And I
Wow.
said, I'm going to show you something. It's good. Take it. And I said, what? Just take it. And and I said, yes, it's a good deal. You see, because for me, I was thinking about the money. I wanted to have as much as I can for the money. But then she was telling me, no, it's about the deal. I'm going to give you something good, and then you just pay. You get the money and you pay. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And the first one that I took, for me, I thought it was not a good deal because it was a owner only property.
Mhm.
And owner only property, I knew that I could never rent it. I could never bring money with it. I have to sell it. And I said, oh, I don't want to have to sell something. And in that property, there was no washer and dryer. And I didn't like the neighborhood that much. And I was like, no, I don't want that. But then she made me understand you have a good deal. It's
Wow.
the deal that makes the things. And since that day, I said, okay, as far as I have a good deal, I will find the money.
Lady, there's a lot of viewers watching. They're speaking French and English. Can you elaborate more in French what you said right now?
Ah, in French, ok.
Yeah. You get.
La chose que j'ai dû changer dans ma démarche en ce qui concerne l'immobilier, c'est de comprendre que l'argent ne fait pas tout. Quelquefois, on pense que quand on a l'argent, ou si on n'a pas l'argent, on ne peut pas acheter. Alors que lors de ma première transaction, j'ai compris que ce qui était important, c'est d'avoir un deal, c'est d'avoir un contrat et avoir un contrat qui a mon avantage. Et après, en fonction de ce que tu as, c'est toi qui vas changer. Par exemple, tu peux toujours mettre une clause, je vais mettre tant d'argent, ou je veux ci, je veux ça. L'argent, en fait, c'est secondaire. Ce qui est le plus important, c'est d'avoir quelque chose, avoir un contrat. Du moment que tu as le contrat, après, tu peux travailler autour. Si par exemple, la maison que tu as, tu penses que oh, c'est trop cher, c'est pas trop cher. Parce que quand tu penses que c'est trop cher, c'est parce que tu n'as pas encore utilisé ton réseau. Tu n'as pas encore utilisé peut-être tel argent que tu avais mis de côté ou telle personne ou telle opportunité, etc. L'argent va venir. Parce que si on pense uniquement à, oh, il faut que j'ai cette somme d'argent et après je vais aller dans l'immobilier, on attend et on n'achète rien.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lydie, for elaborating that in French for me because I have a lot of viewers might be watching. Sure. I know you just dived to it. I want to ask you a question. How do you stay ahead of the game with the competition right now is going on? You're gonna start it in French right now, and after that you go in English. Explain to me how do you
Oh,
stay ahead of the game?
même moi, pour te dire, je pense que je suis même pas ahead. Tu vois, je
Mhm.
suis même pas encore à la tête. Parce que pour être à la tête, je pense que les gens qui sont à la tête, c'est les personnes qui achètent en Bitcoin.
Okay.
Vous savez ça? Tu peux acheter des propriétés en cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
Eux, c'est un autre niveau. Voyez? Donc finalement, moi, je pense pas que je suis à la tête, mais je suis pas derrière non plus. Je dirais que je suis sur une vague. C'est-à-dire que je vois une tendance, j'essaye de la comprendre et j'essaye de poser des questions. Moi, je suis quelqu'un qui pose énormément de questions. Donc certes, je suis pas devant, mais je suis pas derrière.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. Can you elaborate more in English with that
Yes, of
one?
course. So for you, the question is how can I be, how can I stay ahead?
Uh-huh.
And I was saying that I don't think that I am ahead of the game.
Mhm.
People who are ahead of the game, they are buying with Bitcoin. I don't even have Bitcoin that big to buy property. So for me, I'm like, but I know that it's possible.
Mhm.
But I know that many people think that it's not possible. So that's why I said that I'm not in the back because I know what is possible, what you can acquire, but I'm not necessarily at the head because I know that right now I am in a like a learning curve. I'm learning and I love to ask questions. So all the time I'm like, is it possible? What is the deal? What do we need to close? What do we need? What is going to take? Okay, I have to save, I have to spend, I have to invest, I have to meet. What do I need to do? So at least I can understand the game and I can keep an eye. And when I need to position myself, I position myself.
Okay, thank you so much, Lydie. Another question I have, I know it's has to do with a lot of marketing and leads. How do you find your leads? What do you do to market yourself to find those clients?
Ah, you know the best part?
Mhm.
I do it for myself.
I like
You
that.
know, I try. That's why when I said at
Pel
the beginning,
potato.
you try many things. I
Uh-huh.
try it, and it's so hard because to have one lead. Do you know how many calls you have to make? Ah,
Wow.
do you know how many hours you have to spend just
Mhm.
for one lead? And at the end, the person says, I don't like it. I think I need more time. No, I say I cannot. You see, that's why I try. And then I say, no, I cannot. So for me, it's more about educating myself
Mhm.
and positioning myself because I can only control my decision. Because sometimes there is good deal and you say, no, you should take it. But if the person, sometimes when you think that you have a lead and then they talk to their mom
Mhm.
and then they talk to their sister
Your
and they
friend.
talk with their friends. And then they say, are you sure? Est-ce que t'es con, est-ce qu'on a connu ya marché à pas le descendre? Il faut pas le gaspiller comme là. Est-ce que les mêmes qui moun, nous pas qu'on qui ça? Combien d'expérience? Est-ce que t'es ouais? Est-ce que t'es fait? Ah!
Yo,
So
yo
that
mal écrit all that, oui.
so that's why for me, when I understood that, I decided to focus on myself and educate myself. But then what I love, and I think that this is the best marketing, is that when people see your result, they come to you.
Yes. You position yourself where you value where people need you. And
Correct.
this is the best of the marketing, Lydie.
Exactly.
And you didn't say anything about you say if you Creole, you say if you a French and English, you give me a lot of English. Right now, you gotta explain to the people in French right now.
En français, également, la question c'est comment on fait pour le marketing? Comment on fait pour que les gens puissent savoir qui on est? Au début, quand tu commences, n'importe quel professionnel où tu as ton compte, tu dois faire beaucoup d'appels. Il faut que les gens puissent savoir qui tu es. Donc, il faut parler aux gens, il faut aller dans des événements, il faut envoyer des documentations, des flyers, il faut envoyer des courriers, des pubs, etc. Et donc, moi, je me suis rendu compte que ça prenait trop de mon temps pour très peu de résultats. Et donc, finalement, je me suis dit, au lieu de chercher les gens à travailler avec moi, je devrais travailler avec moi-même. Et donc, finalement, je me suis dit, au lieu de me battre avec les gens, alors que j'ai pas de décision, j'ai pas de prise de décision. Je peux avoir fait tout ce qu'il faut faire à la dernière minute, parce que ça m'est arrivé. À la dernière minute, une personne m'a dit, oh, non, je veux pas, j'ai besoin de réfléchir. Ah, qu'est-ce que je fais maintenant avec ça? Donc finalement, je me suis dit, au lieu d'attendre qu'une personne se décide, vaut mieux que je travaille sur mon propre compte, c'est-à-dire sur mes propres maisons, et en voyant mes résultats, les gens vont venir. Et quand les gens viennent, étant donné que c'est eux qui t'ont sollicité, moi, la première chose que je dis, c'est est-ce que tu es prêt? Parce que si tu n'es pas prêt, tu n'es pas prêt. Et quand on parle d'immobilier, il faut que l'argent soit là. On ne parle pas juste pour parler. Parce que si le underwriter, quelqu'un comme Yves, qui dit, OK, j'ai besoin de tel document, faut donner le document. On peut pas dire, ah, j'ai pas. Si on te dit, OK, c'est quoi ta fiche de paye? Faut donner la fiche de paye. Si on te demande, OK, est-ce que tu as des réserves? Est-ce que tu as si, il faut donner une réponse. Et donc, quand j'ai remarqué que ça allait être trop compliqué de m'occuper des autres, j'ai préféré m'occuper de moi-même. Et là, les gens, quand ils viennent, je sais qu'ils sont absolument prêts. Et quand on travaille ensemble, c'est pour de bons résultats.
Uh, I like what everything you said, Lydie, about working with the underwriter right now.
Yeah.
And there's certain things the underwriter is looking for. The client need, the borrower need to make sure they have it. If they don't have it, it
Mm.
can delay the loan.
Oh,
Can you
you
tell
know that.
me, yeah, can you tell me why realtor or investor should partnership with lender? Can you tell us why they should
Oh,
partnership?
yes.
That's
I-
a lot of advice you can give it to them.
oh, yes. I think that it's important. C'est très important. Donc, on a que c'est très important pour que nous gagnions sagesse, pour reconnaître que nous pas gain toute connaissance.
Yes.
Mais, tu vois, par exemple, moi, je sais que je connais pas tout. Donc, je suis obligée d'appeler Yves pour lui dire, Yves, donne-moi ton avis. Tu vois, je suis obligée. Parce que si maintenant tu vas tout seul, peut-être que la personne qui est en face de toi et a plus de connaissances. Peut-être la personne qui est en face de toi va mettre une petite clause. You see, they're going to add something. And you're not going to know about it. You're not going to pay attention about it because you think you're smart. But you might not be the smarter in the room. And I think that this is good. It's very important to understand that you are not necessarily the smarter in the room. And the more professional people you have on your team, the better. It's
Sure.
better for you to spend the money and to stop a bad deal than to go into the bad deal and then you're going to drown yourself.
It's a good answer, Lydie. I like what you said. It make a lot of sense. A lot of people going out there and the real estate investor, the thing they know, they not bring the key player with them. Even you looking experience of Jesus Christ when he came to the to this world, he took 12 disciples, the key player to help him to reach the gospel. I think what you said make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Um, what advice you can give to realtor, investor, anybody that wanna join the field right now that wanna become an investor. I know a lot of um doctor, nurse wanna join the real estate, but that might be a problem. Can you tell us what advice you can give it to us right now?
Yes, I would say that I would say that it dépend. Je dirais que tout dépend de euh, ce que vous pouvez endurer. Tu vois, il y a certaines personnes qui savent qu'elles peuvent apprendre une autre profession. Parce que realtor is a profession. You know, loan, you know, as you're an underwriter, it's a profession. It's not everybody cannot just stand up and say, oh, I'm going to do loan. You know, I think
Mhm.
that sometimes people don't realize it's a profession. So you need to have the training, you need to have the knowledge, you need to get the book and read the book. And then you need to apply the book. And then if there is things that you don't know or you don't master, Si ou gen yon bagay kou pas à maîtriser, ou doit gen sagesse pour dire, OK, I need help. I need to go with someone. And I think that this is what it's important is for the people that wants to go into real estate to know how much they want to be involved. Do you want to be involved 100? If you want to be 100 into that game, you need to get your license. But then when you get your license, you need to keep your license.
Mhm.
Because this is that part that I didn't know. I thought that I just had to, do the exam and then I'm good. No, 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 no. You need to have, I think, 14 hours of continuing education.
Yes.
I didn't know that part. And then I said, and what I put myself. And then you have to pay to renew because then you have to pay to be in the realtor association.
And you have to pass the exam too.
Ah, and I didn't know at first, you
Uh,
see? And that's why I say that it's a profession. Because
yes.
sometimes, you think that anybody, oh, what are they doing? No, they're doing a lot. And if you know that you cannot be 100% into it, that's fine. You can still learn what you can, and the part that you cannot, partner with someone.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lydie, for coming today to the podcast. And with the free mortgage training, we are bringing realtors like you, investors and attorney and lenders to come to talk to the viewers right now. And I really appreciate everything what you said, the knowledge you give it to us. And to recap everything, I want people to understand free mortgage training is a company owned by Lake Capital. We're bringing expert like Lydie. She's an investor and she can share her successful idea, successful point, and the key point to become an investor like her. And the key is what we learned from the show also too. She told us you have to be partnered with lender and also not everything you have to partner with the key people. It's very important to do that, and therefore those people can help you to become successful. I just want to say thank you, Lady, and also I want the viewer to subscribe with the show. Every Monday we're gonna come 5 to 6 to talk about real estate. Lady, what is the last thing you can say to the viewers right now?
I would say it's a wonderful journey. And all journey are not the same. You might buy your first one. Me, for example, the first one that I bought, it was during COVID, and it was at a time that I didn't know anything, and I just had to follow the lead of the realtor at the time. She said, "Whatever I'm going to show you, buy it." And I didn't know what to do. And I did. And it came out good. Okay. Because as well, one thing that I always do, I pray. And I say, Lord, I don't know much, but the little that I know, please multiply it. And when I meet that guy, I'm from Haiti. I'm from France. I'm not from Russia. I know nothing about Russia. He sent me, I can tell you, God sent me that lady, old lady,
Wow.
for her to tell me that.
Mhm.
And then I follow her, and then I was able to 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 renovate the apartment because
Mhm.
remember I told you that I didn't like it, but
Mhm.
she said, I'm going to show you how to do it. I renovate it, so I flip it and I resell it for more money.
Wow.
And then I was able to take the money to buy something that I like.
Mhm. Wow.
So that's why this is going to be very my advice. Pray. Whatever you are doing, you pray so God can give you guidance.
Mhm.
And then when God puts you people, you have to trust and to follow. You cannot be oppositional all the time. If he's telling you, I need that paper, why that paper? Papier, ça. No, you're not going to succeed. And I'm telling you, the journey is very wonderful when you accept that you don't know everything and you need other people to succeed.
Lady, you said it in English. You're gonna say it in French. You're gonna say it in Creole. Two
Eh,
after.
on chance que je ne parle pas l'espagnol.
Yeah, no, no, si te pas espagnol, dan nou parle espagnol too. Si te parle Chinese, dan nou parle Chinese too. Show us, c'est pour
Ah,
tout.
là, oh. Ça, en français, la chose la plus importante, c'est de pouvoir reconnaître que quand Dieu nous envoie des gens, avec qui travailler, il faut les faire confiance. Il ne faut pas toujours être dans l'opposition. Si par exemple vous travaillez avec une personne comme Yves qui travaille sur le dossier et qui vous dit j'ai besoin de ce document, faut pas être mais pourquoi? Pourquoi ce document? Non, je ne veux pas donner ce document. Pourquoi tu fouilles? Parce que quelquefois on pense que la personne fouille. Mais la personne ne fouille pas. La personne veut mettre le dossier aussi facile que possible pour être acceptée. Comme ça, si le dossier est accepté par 5 personnes, par 5 lenders, maintenant, vous avez le choix. Et c'est ça, en fait, le boulot de Yves. C'est ça le boulot, par exemple, d'un real estate, d'un agent immobilier. C'est de permettre que le dossier puisse passer. Et donc finalement, quand on fait ça, on se rend compte que c'est une belle journée, c'est une belle journée. Et c'est une belle expérience. C'est une très, très belle expérience. Si vous pouvez être dans l'immobilier, soyez dans l'immobilier, notamment aux États-Unis, parce qu'aux États-Unis, il n'y a pas de restriction. Qui veut acheter, du moment que tu as l'argent, tu peux acheter. So, c'est ça que me t'ai dit, que si au besoin qu'on a conseil, dernier conseil, c'est là où vous voulez investir dans immobilier, dans real estate, faut qu'on ait que les bons Dieu bah où on équipe, on team, c'est pour même pour ça collaborer. Et puis vous pral ouais que Mounio pral edo, et les Mounio pral edo, c'est pour permettre que le dossier passe vite et smooth. Kounye a, les dossiers à passer ou pral gen an plus kob et moins traka. Et puis kounye a ou après que bagay la te simple, li te plaisant, et puis ça, bagay ça pral encourager pour faire un deuxième, un troisième. Et puis c'est comme ça que ou ap construit comment dire, on système, ouais, un système financier qui a perduré de génération en génération. Parce que tout ça qu'on fait Kounia, c'est pour petit tout.
Ok, Lydie. Merci beaucoup, Lydie. C'est un plaisir. Wow, you did a wonderful job, Lydie.
You make me
And
work.
I have to make you work because the viewers need to listen to you. Et nous dit tout le monde tape dans des choix. I see the show right now. I say thank you to you, all of you that watching the show. Et tout le monde tape dans des choix. Et nous te merci. Et Lydie, en prochaine encore, on a besoin pour venir par peuple à plus connaissance. Et pour parler de refinance, côté au cas du Mounio, pour qui les gens obligés de prendre l'argent. Et dans refinance, so that's another show I would like to have with you and we can
Okay.
move forward. Thank you so much, Lydie. It was a pleasure to have you. May God continue to bless you. I like your story. I like everything you said. Thanks.
Thank you. Talk
All
to
right,
you
God bless
soon.
you.
À bientôt.
All right, bye. We're done? Yeah.